Good afternoon, everybody. Are you there?
We are.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, good evening.
Well, if any of you guys own the Mac, have you had your update yet?
Supposed to
Yeah.
happen tonight.
Yeah, I should have done it at night too. It took an hour and 40 minutes. So I don't know what that's about, but I was not expecting that early this morning. I had a lot to do and then I didn't get to do much of it at all. All right, let's get over here to the media file. And share the screen.
Wow.
All righty. We got some very fun pictures to look at tonight. Let's get going here. Let's see. Our first one up is Stephen. Okay, Stephen. Good label. Label looks really nice. Right in here, Stephen. This little bit darker area.
Yeah.
We could bring that up a little bit, but don't bring it up as much as this.
Right.
Okay?
It was the highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, we still want to see the highlights. Let's just bring that up a little bit. Your highlights up here are wonderful. They frame the logo very well. And this is a really subtle little concentric circle you have going on here. This little splash circle at the bottom. The
For whatever reason,
there's
when I
subtle
tried
ones
to-
hard.
I'm sorry, what?
The subtle ones are hard.
It was certainly difficult to try and make a bigger splash. For whatever reason, that bottle cap, when you drop it, makes bubbles, but not a splash.
Huh.
And so I tried dropping a few other things in that same spot, about that same size, a couple of rocks, a piece of glass I cut to size. None of it did that. I finally just said, okay, we'll live with that.
Well, I like that. I think that's really, really nice. I think we were doing an ad with this. It would be just subtle enough, to make a difference, right? A little bit of type running over here, a little bit of type running over here, available at, and blah, 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 a little bit of type here. It's all we need. Yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes the subtle ones are the simplest ones to do. I mean, the simplest graphic that comes back to us. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, the problem I'd had before with a similar textured product was getting those highlights. I think I ended up drawing about 80% of them back in the first place.
Okay.
But Bare Bulbs seem to work a lot better.
All right.
Just
Now
throwing it out there.
It's really nice. You got it a little bit brighter over here. Then on the cap down here, it's a little bit darker on this side. So you've got a real nice feeling of dimension with this blackness here and the brightness going up there. You could play with this front of this a little bit. Your horizon is in a great spot. Just looks really good, Stephen. What lens did you use, sir? Oh, there it is. 24 to 70 at 70. Okay.
Yeah, I got the darker bits on the bottom. You'll see in the behind the scenes, there's a couple of little pieces of dark screen there. That's where that came from.
Ah, good.
Left and right of the pan.
Yeah, good use of that. And those really poppy lights from the Bare Bulbs. Those are they're very hip right now, So
that's what worked. I don't know about hip for nothing. So
well, I mean, that's you got to be hip, Stephen. I mean, we look up hip in the dictionary. There's a picture of Stephen there, right? Like,
yeah, that'll be the day.
No, it's a darn good, solid product shot.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's get a little bit rid of some of this gray right here. Even if you have to pull this highlight up a little bit, get rid of this dark gray so we have a nice overall light feeling to it. Really nice. Really nice. Good use of the studio as well. And your blue gel coming back through this scrim here.
Thank you very much.
All right. Before we go any farther, I need to say, Dan Krakow. Yeah, sir, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been sending you emails. Are you getting my emails?
Yeah, I replied to the one last night.
You did. Okay.
Yeah. Probably sees me as junk mail.
I don't. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to find it. I'm not seeing it in the spam. But yeah, if you can remember, I need to get um,
Address,
the
yeah.
address. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man. Okay. All right. Greg Kindred. Where's Greg? Oh, we'll come back for Greg. I know he's going to be here. This is a very strategic shot for Greg. Marjorie Decker. Ooh, what's that cool little wave thing going back there? Marjorie?
Hi, Don.
Hi.
Actually, that was by accident in Photoshop, but I liked it, so I left it. I was trying to get rid of the bowl, the rim of the bowl,
Uh-huh.
and that was like a cloning effect. So I went, "Ooh, okay, I'll take that."
Now, is this shot separately or is this in the
Yes, it's shot separately. I took a splash that I did last week
uh-huh.
and just used, then found a project around here to use, and just put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see my complicated behind the scenes Photoshop. I
I have a feeling it's not very complicated, Marjorie.
yeah, because I'm not at home, so I have to be I'm at my daughter's house, so I have to,
You're just using window light.
yep,
Yeah,
and a
sometimes-
reflector, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's all you can use. All you got. Now, here's what I would do. I'd do a little bit of touch up in here. See this, how it gets a little bit dark in that V?
Yes.
Let's pull that up so it doesn't look like the tube is smashed. Then
Yeah.
right along this edge, just about like that, I'd add a little more highlight like this. So,
Okay.
however, just a real soft, bring that up. And the same thing with this light area down here that's going real dark. Leave the cap alone, it's fine. We just
Okay.
got to bring this up a little bit, not to this, because it
Okay.
wants to look flat. Just want to bring it up just a little bit. I like where
Sure.
your horizon is there. That looks good.
Okay.
Looks very sharp. And what did you use for this shot?
Well, you mean my lens?
Yeah.
It was, I'm using a Nikon lens on my Canon body,
Okay.
and it's a 55 macro.
Oh, okay. Good. Nice. Very nice, Marjorie. Good.
Okay. Thank
Yeah. Yeah. Kit, that's
Hi, Don.
hi. That's a really nice splash, sir.
Thanks.
How deep was this water?
Maybe just less than an inch.
Okay.
I used a quarter to splash it.
And then you shot the Irish Springs separately.
Yeah, I shot the Irish Spring separately and then used a couple of splashes and used a quarter to make the splash. It was about the right size.
Love the reflection down here, where you've monkeyed with it to make it look like it's in the ripples.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. Your horizon is at just about the right spot. It's real clean up here. The bottle is really impressive. This shine that you have going right here, is really nice, and it falls off rapidly here, which gives the bottle a nice feeling of the roundness of it. But your Irish Spring stays the same color white, which I have a feeling you did, right?
Yes, I did that.
That's really nice. Kept it very clean. It doesn't look unnatural either. Nice little highlights up in these caps.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. How big is that? Is
The bottle is only like 3 inches tall. It's pretty
Oh,
small.
It's like a travel size, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
looking at the cap here. I'm going, wow, that's small. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a big enough pan really to have a big bottle. I tried a big bottle and the small one fit my set better.
Not a problem. And lens, sir?
It was 24 to 85 at 85.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting thing that you're using for your water there.
Yeah, it was the lid off of a little container, storage container.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a ton of those. That'd be nice. I could use that.
And I added that little piece of translume at the back to try and blur the back of that lid better. But then I ended up just cutting it out.
Got it. Trying to diffuse this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not going to work. Not going to work
nope.
because it's right next to it, for one thing. If you had had something that came down and into the water here, maybe up to here as a like a seamless in the water and
Mhm.
a couple of inches in front of that back lip so we couldn't see it, that could work. And then you have to go, of course, you're gonna have to move your product up to here
Right.
to do it. But yeah, you got to get it because it's touching the lip back there. That's
Mhm.
where it's got to come forward of the lip, and then it will diffuse it at that point.
Okay,
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
thanks.
Thank you, sir. J.R. Watkins, Anna Marie.
Hello.
Hi, Anna Marie. Your label looks nice and bright, nice and clean. You chose a tough bottle to do, a clear bottle with a black plastic lid on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was tough. The lid is actually a separate shot, so I could get some detail to it.
Okay.
And then there's a shot with the bottle and the
don't see-
ripples,
I
and
don't
then
see any
there's
highlights.
um
I don't see any highlights in the bottle. Did you light it a special way not to get highlights?
yes, flat.
Okay.
And then the splat, it's kind of like one shot, but not really, because I like these ripples, but I didn't like the splash. So I created a splash just threw some water behind it, because the focus is on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And if I threw it on the front, it would be not in focus. So
Yeah.
I wanted,
Yeah. We don't want to mess up this label down here either.
no, it's paper. It started soaking. So
That-
like,
Nice black lines down the side, so it's standing out. Do you have black cards over here?
yep.
Yeah. Lens?
It's 2470, I think. It's in a next shot. It's 62, looks like it.
Okay. And this is like a long white pan with water in it? Is that what this
Well,
is?
it's actually plexiglass, and I just put some double-sided thick, like silicone type of tape, so it would hold water for the time being.
Okay.
So I created the pan because it's a problem was I didn't want the pan to show. I mean, I haven't really touched the color much, but I did put a little gradient there, just because it was too white and I need to get some, so that the blue on the top and the kind of like a glow that, yeah, like a very light yellowish glow.
Yeah.
That's Photoshop.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
very cool.
I took the color from the bottom and sort of matched it on the top.
It's very clean. Looks very nice.
Thank you.
It's bright. It's airy. The bottle looks good. That's what's important. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually spent a lot of time with that.
It isn't it funny, and I'm always intrigued. You know, we have these ideas. Oh, and by the way, is it straight?
It's straight, but it's kind of like not. It's a funny. I don't know why it became like that, but it's not quite.
I guess it's turned a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's turned a little.
Okay. So I can't make up my mind if that's straight or not. I'm going to take this thing over here and put it right next to the, oh. Nope, you've got to turn it a little bit, Anna Marie. It's very, yeah, I'm putting the, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm putting another window next to it. So you're going to get it into Lightroom and you're just going to twist it ever so slightly to get that back to line up.
Yeah, and the horizon was done in Photoshop anyways.
Yes, and then
I drew that in, so like it's not a big deal to change it.
Right. Yeah, but let's get it changed so that thing can be absolutely vertical. It's only off by about 2%, maybe 2 degrees, maybe at one.
Yeah, I would say 2 to 3. It looks like it.
Yeah.
Now when I look at
Not
it.
very much. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. Good job. Greg show up yet? Nope, not yet. All right. Bob Royer.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Bob. Now, are we looking up at the bottom of the water or?
No, looking
Okay.
down.
It's got a painterly look to it. Bob, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Great highlight up here. These little tubes of things are really, a lot of people chose to shoot these little tubes this time. These little dark areas on the top with this real pretty highlight looks really good. And then coming down the side, your logo, the front of this thing looks great. Looks great. You probably shot that separate, am I right?
I did.
Okay, that looks great. Your circles down here, it'd make a great ad. You know, just getting somebody to stop at the page. It looks good. We could run our, you know, big call to action thing over here, a little bit of type over here, something down across the bottom, which would draw the eye to the splash there. It would be very, very nice, be a nice ad, really pop. And those colors against that blue really, really jump off the page. All that warmness against the cold blue.
Yeah.
Tell us how do we got a behind the scenes? We'll see.
I do.
Okay. So speed light with a blue gel coming in the back.
Yeah. I tried an orange gel and it just didn't work.
Okay. We got a speed light. What is this? It looks like is this foam core?
Yes. And it's just a little homemade scrim.
Oh, there's a scrim on the front of the foam core.
Yes,
You cut a hole out of it.
that's right.
Great. Which reminds me, I got to give you a tip. Everybody ready for a tip? This is how Don's classes always go long. I just starts. You know, a lot of people buy a lot of different boxes. You buy a big soft box, and then you say, "Oh, I need a small soft box," and then you say, "Oh, I need a strip light," and then you need a smaller strip light, right? All you need is one box and 4 pieces of cardboard with holes cut in them. So if this is a 3x4 box and you want a little strip light, get black foam core, cut your strip light hole out of the middle of it, and you have a strip light. There's no reason to buy all of these. It's there's a good reason to buy all this. When you're making enough money, your accountant says, hey, buy some gear. You can write it off. But until you're making that, you're just burning assets to buy stuff you can already do much cheaper. So very nice, man.
Thank you.
Yep. Ryan Hodge. That's so delicate, Ryan.
Thanks.
Man, that's absolutely straight up. Now, did you do these wavy things in Photoshop as well?
Nope.
Okay, so that's the splash and the
The
wave.
splash was Photoshop. The ripples along with the bottle was all one.
Okay, how did you get the splash?
The splash, I ended up taking, had a little piece of, what is it called? Lexan. And I
what?
just tried to drop it flat to make the splash. I tried using like a dropper, and
Okay.
the splash was just like, you know, what you see, those people that do the drop, it comes right back up as a line kind of thing.
Right.
So the splash didn't look right. I needed something wide, but I wanted something clear so that when I photoshopped it, I didn't have to take out whatever it was that made the splash.
Got it. All right.
So basically took a little square piece of plexiglass and dropped it flat, and I made the splash.
Yeah, very nice. And your light coming through the back, this real soft spray that's coming back here, that's really pretty. You
Nice.
did that in camera or is that Photoshop?
A little of both.
Okay.
I emphasized it in Lightroom,
Okay.
but initially there was a gradient to it.
And I see you found out the hard way exactly how manufacturers don't give a crap about their bottles because the label's put on crooked.
Unfortunately, yes, I did.
Yep. Not much you can do about it when they put the label on crooked. If you were shooting this for an ad agency, they would make sure that they gave you bottles with perfect lids or perfect lids, perfect the amount of whatever it is in there, perfume or whatever, and perfect labels. Sometimes they'll also give you a bottle without a label because you may choose to shoot the label separately than the bottle and then put it on in Photoshop. If you're shooting this for a local department store or an online company that's going to do some online sales or something, then you got what you got. I would probably tell you, if you wanted to, I probably would. I'd go in there, cut that thing out and just fix it.
Rotate it.
You put it in your book. Another art director may look at it and go, well, that's really great, but Bob can't tell that the label's crooked. You don't want that.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right, very good. Very good. Art directors know their stuff and what they're looking for. Usually, what they're looking for is a high level of technical competence and a good, strong style or creativity. But that technical competence has to be so good that it's almost like an afterthought. Like you're not showing how technically great you are. It's just coming out. So, yeah, cool. All right. And what lens did you use there, Ryan?
My 35 to 70, but it was at, I think, 44. I think I have.
Okay. And that's on a crop sensor?
No. Yes, it is.
Very nice. Ooh. You know, Catherine, you know what it looks like, Catherine?
Yes.
It looks like a lighthouse with the splash coming across the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's really pretty, Catherine. Your color,
Thank you.
your blue and the little hint of the sky back there and this wave coming over the front of it like that, crashing over it. Oh, wow. I'd love to make an ad out of this. That'd be a blast. Great where you got your horizon down here. the highlights on the side look great. This looks really great up here. This it's like a cube, a clear cube. Is that what that is?
Actually, it's not exactly a cube. The bottle is sort of triangular. It's sort of curved, and
Okay.
so it was really, really difficult. There's a lot of Photoshop to get it looking good.
Okay. Well, you did. You did it.
Thank you.
You made it look good. You sure did.
I'm not real happy with the water. I think it could have, but I just couldn't get it looking any better.
You will. You know, you're gonna put this away, and you'll pull it up in a month, and you'll pull it up in next year. We all do, you know, with this stuff, and you will. I would tell you this. I think this up here is a little too gray. It's clear, correct?
Yes.
So we should be seeing a little more blue through it.
Okay.
Okay. So if you could, or maybe blue it up a little bit. It's on its own layer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just tone it up a little bit. Even if after you tone this into the blues, just adding maybe 10 units or something like that, you might have to go in and then you know, erase it from this, because this shouldn't be blue. That should be blue, that crystal thing that's going around it, which is the cap.
Okay.
If I'm right, that's the cap. It just screws off.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay, very nice.
Should this be, would it be better if it were centered a bit more? It's just a little bit off center.
No,
Does it matter?
no,
Okay.
no, it's very nice. Yeah. Good.
Thank you. It,
So you're getting your splash with this one? Is that what you're doing?
I didn't want to drop an expensive bottle of perfume.
No.
So
That's a good thinking.
so yes, I was practicing with that, and then I actually I ended up actually squirting the bottle at the perfume, but I took the shot behind the scenes with the shampoo.
Okay. Looks really good.
Thank you.
Ok, ya eso está en cargo.
All right. Raven.
Yep.
Hi, Raven. How are you?
I'm all right. This was really, really hard.
Yep.
But-
Yep. Every time in Project 52, we talk about some of the simple shots, the simple, easy shots of, say, a 6-pack of beer. You know, how hard could a 6-pack of beer be? Trust me, it's not easy. But because it's like, well, I want to do an editorial portrait of a violinist. Okay, they got a cool violin. They look cool with the violin. Sometimes that's very hard, but sometimes the subject matter itself brings its own thing with it, right?
Yeah.
In product photography, it's a dumb thing, and we got to bring it all. And it is harder to do than most people think it is. You've done a nice job on this. Highlight looks really nice on this, and your splash looks great.
Thanks. That was like 3 days of of trying to do it. I ended up I tried a bunch of different ways to make the splash, but believe it or not, that bottle is making that splash.
Oh, okay.
I tried quarters. But every time I shot it, like some of the water, the color, I just kind of gave up on trying to Photoshop that part in and just.
Well, that looks great. So did you drop it in, or did you just drop it flat?
Yeah, on plastic. So it's a plastic at the bottom, so it wasn't really, which I think made it bounce.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not very cheap perfume when it's got the name Kenneth Cole on it.
The only thing I tried to do in Photoshop and I can't, the reaction there, I feel like it's kind of hard to read and I couldn't figure out how to make it pop more.
Eh,
But
I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry about it. That's, it's a yellow label on a yellow perfume.
yeah,
Sometimes you could go in there and you could go in there and grab some of that yellow. That would stand out a little bit more, but that's not the color of the logo, that yellow.
yeah.
So I would leave it as it is. Anybody looking at the picture is going to obviously see that it's a yellow perfume back there with this. Because there's ways you could do it. Of course, you could, pick up reaction onto a new layer and then darken this, but that's not going to look pretty. A dark area behind the words, not going to look pretty at all. No, you for the shot that you did, which is shooting down angle like that, you did it just about as well as you could do it. Okay.
Yeah. And I know that's more splash than we wanted, but I thought with that name, it kind of fit the,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The splash coming all the way up here, it's very nice. It reads really nicely. Now for an ad like this, I wouldn't cover that. I just put my headline over here and all my stuff down the side here. Maybe a little call to action or something over here and be done with it. This is the shot. That's the product, but the splash is part of the shot. In this case, the very first one we looked at, which had that, which was that ultra sheer, the very real small little ripples. The ripples were the surface. In this, the splash is part of the image. It is the product shot. Cool. And you used a 90 millimeter f7.1 at a 60th. All right. This is with strobe, I take it. Yep.
SP lights,
Got a
yeah.
little one here. And is there a strobe behind the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and a swimming pool?
Yeah.
All right. Take no chances.
Yeah. It's been there since one of the shots. I just haven't moved it. Like, well, it's better than.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you can do this 6 times in a row, by the way, and never spill a thing and think, well, I don't need it this time. I never spill anything. I don't have to finish that, do I? I think everybody gets the drift. Yeah. All right. Really nice.
Thank
Really
you.
nice. Amy, how are you, Amy?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. All right. You've got some black velvet. So essentially it's a bright field lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So you're black on the sides, and then you've got your 2 soft boxes on either side there. So let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Look at that beautiful, beautiful soft gray coming down the side. And then the highlights that picked up in the front of the bottle are great. This is a very nice shot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This was one of those ones that had a crooked label. It was like really far over to the right, so I ended up having to just move it over and fill it in.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't even know how many variations of this shot. I just couldn't get the water to look the way I wanted it to. And so I ended up putting a gel under the acrylic water container. And
Okay.
that gave me a little blue. I knew I wanted a white background, so I didn't want to gel that.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the way your top light is putting these little shadows down here.
Oh, that's actually part of the label.
Oh, it is. Oh,
But I mean,
okay.
I'll take credit, No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they didn't add it to the bottle. They actually added it to the label to fool you,
Mhm.
thinking that
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like how Apple makes the phone feel like it's vibrating when you hit a number. Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Really well thought out set.
Thanks.
And lens?
105.
105. Very nice. Oh, Burt's Bees, Carla.
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, and you?
Very good. How are things in Costa Rica today?
Raining. It's a bit rainy right now.
Good. Look at you. Look where you put your horizon. Beautiful. Lettuce leads us right over to type on the label. The label looks really good. Really
Thanks. I was-
good.
I thought about deleting the horizon, but you think it's okay?
Yeah. No, it's just, yeah, it's in a good spot. It's in a good, really good spot. And it's soft. So, and you got your little circles down here to get those rings around the product. That looks great.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit difficult to get them because I did it with an acrylic and all the water kept falling down. So it didn't actually stay on the acrylic.
Yeah, well, it's not easy to do. It's not. And then we've got a
Yeah.
little splash from the back. Is that what it is?
Yes, exactly.
One more time, Carla.
Which I have a question about that.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You are fading really fast.
Driving. Yeah. The thing I'm driving, I'm trying to find a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drops, I don't know how to make them more contrasty
The
from
drops?
the splash. Yeah, like the splash, the ones that are on the white.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make them.
You got a
more
black
contrast.
card here, right?
Yeah, there is one on the opposite side, but
There's
it's
one
not
over here too.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
only other thing you can do, Carl, is put one over the top.
Okay, one more.
That's really all you can do. It's clear water that you're backlighting. And so all we see here are those black things on both sides. So that's how it works. Like I said, you can put one across the top, but there's not much else you could do. I don't have a problem with it. That's to me what a splash should look like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. And I really very much do like how it looks like it's coming this way here, coming up this way over here. It has a nice, it's got a design to it. Is that one splash?
Yeah, it is one.
Wow, nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
one for many.
What is Burt's Bees Baby? It's baby shampoo?
Yeah, my sister gave it to me because I needed a prop. So she's like, the only thing that I have is this.
Oh, that's cool. And you got that bubble up there. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. Looks like we're using a 24 to 105 at 45.
Yes.
All right.
I was a little bit close, but
Okay. All right, Jay.
Hi, Don.
Hi. All right, so this is a composite of 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
How's it composited?
Well, I shot the tube separately, but I also shot it. It's also what I dropped into the water. So I brought the one that I shot separately from another shot and put it on top of the first one.
Okay. The light is really like radioactive. It's kind of cool. What are you doing with the light?
I used a gradient and I changed colors on the gradient. I added, I think I added, I was just playing around with different color combinations in the gradient, and that one seemed to relate to the colors on of the fluid in the bottle. So I said, okay. And then, well, actually what I did was I sat through the Saturday class, which was really excellent. And you were talking to a couple of the guys about lightening one side and darkening another side. So I try to work off of that comment. And so I started at the upper right side and drew the gradient down. So the gradient darkened on the way down, and then there was added a little bit of color to give it a little bit more of a look at the bottom corner.
All right. That's your set.
Yep.
All right, very good. What can I go? Fuji X-T3 ISO 4. 135 millimeter lens at 56.
Right.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah, I also used the other tip that I did, and somebody talked about using a white trash bag over the baking tray. And that was very useful because then you didn't have to Photoshop out the back of the baking tray, just when one went into the other.
Right.
So it was a lot of useful stuff that came out of that session.
Well, good. Turn every session into a learning session. Lauren is going to come into a class with him. Dan.
Hi,
Hi, Dan. How are you?
pretty good.
All right. First of all, label looks great. And they actually put it on straight. Not bad. A little highlight coming from this side. Is there any backlight on this? Oh, there's top light, right?
Right.
Looks good. The only thing that's messing with the shots, easy fix. The only thing is that these two tonalities start blending right there.
Actually, I did that in post. It looked like a cutout. There was just a white line there, and it just made it look like a bad composite.
Okay. Let's look at your behind the scenes. Okay, so you don't have any cards on either side of it at all.
No.
Okay, that's probably what you need to do is to get a black card right here and a black card right there. And what the black cards will do is
Does it define that with a black line or?
yeah, it lets the back part of the bottle, just as it goes around the corner away from our camera, angle of incidence, angle of reflection, just as it catches that corner, it's going to be bouncing off to that other corner, far corner, and we're going to see it. So if the black cards were in the picture, they'd be back here, like this. And so angle of incidence right on that round corner right there, and boom, it picks this up. And that's what puts that little dark there. What you're using here is called Studio Black.
Right.
Which is just, there's nothing in the studio except that you've got a lot of white paper. So the white paper is actually becoming that thing that comes back in, and it's too bright for your bright background.
Right.
If it was up against dark blue, that would be fine. But up against that very pale blue, we needed those dark ones on the side. 100 millimeter at 5.6. Now you're shooting through a snoot at the bottle here. And
Yeah,
then-
that was just to bring up the label.
Okay. And then you've got your speed light up here hitting the whole background.
Right.
Got it. Okay. And that's why the perfume bottle looks so beautifully lit. The blue you did in Photoshop, did you say?
I had to, yeah, I went through a quarter cut of blue because the full cut made everything real blue cast.
Oh, okay.
And then once I got it into Photoshop, there was just not enough blue, so I had to bring some more back in.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Your ripples look very nice. Looks like a stream. Looks like a natural water situation here. Very pretty. You're using a tripod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Luke,
Yes,
how are you?
fine, fine.
Okay. You put this together in Photoshop, right?
Yes,
All right. We need to see this thing behind the water there. All you got to color the water somehow. We've got to see it, because if we don't see it, the water then doesn't look like water. It looks like paint because it becomes opaque. You follow me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The lighting on the bottle here looks very good. Bright highlights here. Nice highlights here. Looks like you got a nice big card in front of the camera. Am I right?
Left and right, big panels. Yeah, it is the same shoot with the bottle as the Pepsi shoot.
What is making the splash?
Piece of metal.
Okay. It's really, you know, you've got all the little gold in here. Did you do that, or is the gold the metal that you drop down in and got a little gold in it?
Yeah, it dropped it with the drop. It got the gold.
Yeah. So it picked it up. We just got to have to see this bottle down through here so we can see that it's behind the water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Low production here, and your circles look very good too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Good. Lawrence.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lawrence. How are you?
I'm okay. Yourself?
Very nice. All righty. Probably could have used a black card over on this side. Did you have one there?
No.
Yeah, that's what you...
No, I just put some black because it was a very messy room. I didn't want you to see the mess, but there was just one reflector and one light.
Yeah, that's fine. On the other side of the reflector here, I mean, on the side of the light, you got your fill coming from here. This is what we just need, a little black card here, maybe 6 inches wide, and a little black card here. Again, 6 inches by 12 inches tall, at the angle of like this, boom. So they're actually behind the product, not at the exact side of it. They're behind and back. And that'll give this a little bit darker edge here that we can see it. It'll also give the drops some darkness so that we can see the shine of it. That being said, it's very delicate. And I tend to like this. I would fix, I don't know what that is. It's probably in the packaging. Fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fix that one there as well. Label looks good. You got it dead center. Good for you. All that looks really, really good. And through there, just fix a little bit of things on there. That'll make a difference. As far as the very light water, if you know how to put the black cards there and you can do that, which I want you to do when next time you're shooting something, put them there so you can know how to do it. Then it becomes a stylistic decision that you and your client would make together. Like, okay, do we want to do this with a darker edge to the water, or do we want this very pretty light water? It is very open and clear, and I like it. So there could be a use for it.
Thanks.
And you're using a 34 millimeter Jinbei.
No, it's micro.
Okay, Jinbei is your light.
Yeah, micro four third, 34 millimeter.
All right.
Olympus.
Yeah.
I have a question. You see on the label, the label is actually kind of dark beige, and it looks very smudgy.
This?
So yeah, I fixed it quite a fair bit. So I don't know if in a real life situation, Should you do that, or should you leave it the way
For your
the packaging is made? Or
for your portfolio, you make it look the best you can in your eyes.
okay,
Okay. Chances that you would show this to the art director that designed this label are pretty small, right? You're going to be
Yeah.
showing it to other people. If it looked dingy to you, it could look dingy to them. And then you haven't, you could make the case that, well, that's the way it's supposed to look, but I've never seen it. So I didn't look at it and go, oh, that should have been darker. You see what I'm saying? I don't know
Yeah.
that product. So I would say when you're doing your portfolio, make it look the best you possibly can to your eyes. That's the way you win your portfolio.
okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that the last shot? Oh, did Greg come in? He did not. He probably did not. I'll go up to Greg's shot real quick. This is Greg Kindred's shot. He heard that this company is looking to change their branding. So he went out and got some of this stuff and did this shot and has contacted them and is sending this picture to them, to the art department there. Now, he's done this before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the times it works, they hired, it was, I think, a new and delightful product that the world has really been waiting for. Alcoholic water. Yes. Just can't have enough of that. But it's alcoholic water. It comes in a bottle. He saw it. They bottle it not too far from where he lives in Kansas City. So he got a couple of cans of it and did some kind of cool shots. And he did one of them with the splash. Sent him over. They call him back. Send him by email. They called him like within minutes. We want to talk to you. COVID hit. He figured they went away. Never heard from him again. But then as COVID came better in the fall, called him and he did a 2-day shoot for him. They just called him back again for another shoot. That's why when you're building your brand, building your client list, every client that you get, you want to treat them as an ongoing client instead of a single one-off, because those ongoing clients really add up. Teresa up in Montreal, Teresa is like busy. I mean, really, really busy. And all of it is from clients that she's done work for before. So that's a great way to build up your business, is to build up recurring clientele. And anybody who sells anything like this is going to be recurring clientele. I've seen their other stuff. He's gonna make them sit up and look, because their other stuff is not very good. By the way, you never tell the client that their stuff isn't good. Don't do that. Don't call them up and say, hey, I saw that crap you were putting out there. I'm going to send you some better stuff. They may really like that crap, and now you look like an idiot. So don't do that. Just send them stuff that you love. All right. Any questions? Thank you so much, guys, for doing this. Really fun. One more class. This is where you get to do 2 shots, whatever style that you like, whatever type of flash you like, 2 shots, but they've got to go together. I put the samples of those Coors beer shots, and you'll notice the inside, outside, at the beach, whatever, everything worked together. That's what we're going for. All right. On that note, I'll let everybody go unless there's a question, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, Don.
Okay, have a good one.
Yeah, Don, this is Dan.
Yeah,
Just
Dan.
to let you know, I did try another email address.
I got it. I just got it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Take care.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.